Hey y'all, Blue here. The long-awaited showcase is finally here. I've been getting asked for the longest time to make a showcase showing off this build to y'all. It's to the point that I've gotten DMs even though I've never linked my Discord account anywhere on this channel. Before I get into it, I want to say thank you so much for watching my channel and what I post. I think it's really cool that people enjoy the nonsense I make, and as well as I'm really sorry for being inactive. I was dealing with a lot of things, including a relationship that's grits now. So it is what it is. Anyways, I think that's everything I wanted to get off my chest. So without further ado, enjoy the showcase. This build, holy crap, this build. I usually envision my builds like in the sense of how they'll turn out once they're max, but this one blew my expectations out the water. The Ghost Fist is the name I gave to it because of the ossification enchant it has on it. I'm not gonna lie, this build was supposed to be a meme because of the enchant, because before the rework, ossification didn't really have a purpose on light weapon since it moved at the same speed either way. This build was actually as well supposed to be fully Gale Breath, but I made it hybrid last minute to be a little bit like experimental. I did not expect this build to be as lethal as it is. I'd even argue to say it's better than my pre-nerfed Flamethrower build that I did my last showcase on. It's so disgusting with its variability, with it having a mix-up to keep anyone on their toes, like honestly. I have so much more to say about this build, but I don't want to keep you waiting, so on to the stats. First we have strength, and yeah, what did you expect? It's a hybrid build with no hero blade. I got no points to spare. Next is fortitude, and you already know, you gotta have that exoskeleton. Gotta keep my boys beefed up, you know what I'm saying? Agility is basically the same exact thing I said in my last showcase of 60 investment points for Tap Dancer and all the good talents that fall underneath like Vanishing, Ghost, and Blade Dancer. Intelligence and Willpower would have been a waste to pump, so I just put the rest into Charisma so I can get Tacit as well as Christmas Cast and Tough Love to boost my damage while providing me with more Ether, of course. Here are my attunements as well, where I prioritize Gale over Thunderclaw since it offers a lot better than Thunder. I believe that's all for the stats, so now we'll move on to the talents. Before I say anything, this build is perfect talent wise. I could not have gotten a better build with the investments I did, because this is the best it can be. It has every legendary it could have gotten as well as everywhere it could have gotten too. So for this part to not get too long, I'll briefly go over the important ones, but if you want you can slow down the video and look at my long list of talents. First off, we have Conditioned Runner, because it's free healing while fighting / running in circles around my opponent is always nice. Tap Dancer for infinite rolls, of course. Exoskeleton, so I'm tankier. Gale Dash is such a W talent, with it being paired with the other agility talents like Blade and Tap Dancer. I pretty much can Gale Dash whenever I want. My only complaint about the talent is that the fact that there's a short cooldown before you can attack before dashing, which annoys me sometimes. And then we have Thresher Scales, and Jesus Christ, this is my first build to have it, and it's such a relief to not have to constantly stop by the blacksmith to repair my armor. Those cause clearly, Tacit is my murmur. I didn't go with Ardor because I felt Tacit would be better to go along with the theme of being a stealthy assassin. Also, it's really good for PvP if you're ganking Primadon. Vanishing follow-up to add to the continuous pressure on my opponents after a flourish. Bruiser's Mix-Up, which rewards players for switching fighting style by giving bleed. And last but not least, my 6th legendary, World Without Song, which does absolutely nothing like 90% of the time. I believe this talent is only viable if you have a curved blade or you have Astral Wind, which I happen to have neither, so the only benefit I get is the added health it gives. For my mantras, I have Jolt Grab, which I think is the best Thunder Call move with the Magnet Spark attached, as it turns into an AoE TP. Next is Lightning Blade, which I like to use to add a bit of variety. Then we have Revenge, which has come in clutch for me so many times, because it scales based on your agility and your health, meaning the lower you are, the higher damage it deals. Then we have Gale Lunge, which is like the bread and butter for me, to keep my opponents in range. Now, we have Heavily Wind. It's a good mantra, but it breaks on me like more than half the time and glitches out. However, it's a really good combo extender after a flourish with Vanishing follow-up, since you still teleport with it. Last but not least is Tornado Kick, with it working like a charm for combo ending, with it having high posture damage so you're forced to parry it or you're getting hit. Here we have my personal information. Funny thing I noticed is that I have a ton of health from talents for my standards, meaning if I had better armor, I could have over 500 health. Onto my equipment, where we have the meme that started it all, the useless enchant. That actually is not useless anymore due to the rework, so that's really cool. The rest of my equipment is nothing noteworthy besides maybe my hood, which is smelted with the stats of a drowned rural guard's kabuto, to complete the drip and have health. Finally, we have my belt that adds on to the perfection of this build, of that being combat portals, where I can come from underneath and give my opponents a little surprise, if you know what I mean. One last thing is, this build was really hard to make, and I had to go through trial and error just to figure out how to make this build. My suggestion to you, if you want to recreate it, is to start with Thundercall and Trial, and get Gale when you come out to guarantee the mantras. But I think that's everything important about this build, so here are some fights with it that you can watch. Anyways, that's all I got. Hope you enjoyed the video. You have a great day. Later.